Hey man, listen, there we go. There we go. Hey man, I was trying to get enough memory on my camera so I can complete this whole video, so I should be good now. Want to give a shout out to everybody, man, and hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at Sean G at Gunby Publishing. But I was kind of moved today, man, to do this video um, about Morris Brown, man, where I went to college at down in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, I went to Morris Brown. I went to Morris Brown in 1987. I was a freshman class, fall of '87, and I graduated in 1993. It took me 6 years to finish, but that's all right though. As long as I finish, that's all that matters. But you know, my mother, man, shout out to Georgia Gunby, man. She was the primary architect to get me down to Atlanta in August of 1987. She had always told me that I was going to go to Morris Brown. She had always told me that. Her brother went to Morris Brown and she held her brother in high esteem. So she had always told me that that's where I was going to go to school, that I was going to go to Morris Brown. And sure enough, that's where I ended up. And one of the greatest experiences of my life. I got to Atlanta, I was 18 years old, and went to freshman orientation, checked into the dorm, and my mother left. She left me down, and she took me over to the bank. At that time in Atlanta, it was the First Atlanta Bank. That was the bank. And there was one over there in the West End, by the West End Mall. She took me over there. She put $400 in the account for me. She took me back to Morris Brown and she said, "I'll see you later." She said, "I'll see you later. I'll see you later." And she jumped on the highway and she drove back to New Jersey and left me in Atlanta. 18 years old. I had never been away from home before. Didn't know how to wash clothes, none of that. And that was probably the best thing she could have done for me, man. Shout out to Colonel Fletcher too, man. Tyrone P. Fletcher. He helped me get in. And that was the best thing she could have done. I grew up at Morris Brown, and I met people there. I met people there that I'm still friends with to this day. You know, I majored in accounting, and I finished up with a bachelor's of science in accounting. I graduated in 1993 with a 2.8 grade point average, and I finished up my degree. Morris Brown rescued me, man. You know, I was a wild teenager and a wild kid in his early 20s. I was a child, and I got into all types of shit down there, man. Jail, Fulton County Jail, DeKalb County Jail. I got clean in Atlanta. You know, my drug addiction, I took my drug addiction from Jersey to Atlanta, and that's where I hit my bottom at in Atlanta, and that's where I got clean in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's why it took me 6 years to finish, because in the middle of my college matriculation, you know, my drug addiction got so bad that I had to drop out and go to rehab, man, and that's what I did. And I got clean October 16th, 1990, and I haven't had a drink or a drug since. I don't get high. That's why I look as good as I look. You understand what I'm saying? I don't smoke no weed. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. I've been clean 31 years. That's why I look like this. You understand? That's why a nigga look as good as he look. 52 years old and I'm money. And more Morris Brown, I dropped out of Morris Brown, and Morris Brown took me back and saved my life, man. You know, and you know, I had a great time going through Morris Brown. At that time, you know, Morris Brown was a part of the Atlanta University Center. And at that time, 1987, 88, 89, the Atlanta University Center was the largest institution for higher education for black people in the world. You understand? Because you had Morris Brown here, you had Morehouse there, you had Spelman over there, you had Clark College right there, you had ITC and Atlanta University. And what we was able to do, we were able to take courses at different schools. Like if you needed a history course and you was a Clark student, right, and all of the history courses at Clark were filled up for the spring semester, you can look and see if they had that same course at Spelman or Morehouse or Morris Brown, and you could take it there and get credit. If you needed to take an econ economics course and you was a Spelman student, you know, you can go take the course at Morris Brown if you couldn't get it at Spelman, Morehouse, or Clark. So all of the credits were transferable, man. And I took classes at all of the schools. And you know, I had a real good time, man. But you know, Morris Brown College is the only institution for higher education in the state of Georgia that's founded by black people for black people. No other school in the state of Georgia can say that. Morehouse can't say that. Spelman can't say that. Clark can't. No other school can say that. Savannah State, Albany State, Fort Valley, none of them. Morris Brown is the only school in the state of Georgia founded by black people for black people. Morehouse and Spelman were founded by Rockefeller. For his mulatto children. He had children with black mistress, and he had light-skinned children, and he set those schools up for his kids. True story. And actually Spelman, the name Spelman College, is the maiden name of Rockefeller's wife. That was her maiden name. So their school is named after a white woman. You understand? No knock on white people, just telling you the facts. Morehouse, the same thing. And it was told to me when I got to Atlanta, when I got to Morris Brown, that at one point you needed to be light-skinned in order to get into Morehouse or Spelman. You couldn't be no dark black. If you was a dark black person, you was a dark nigga, you couldn't get in Morehouse or Spelman, right? And, you know, they say you used to have to send a picture in with your application. Yeah. Now, I don't think it was like that when I was there, but I heard that was a part of the history of them two schools. But Morris Brown College always had an open door policy. Anybody would get accepted, even at-risk youth like me. I was a juvenile delinquent up here in New Jersey. I was always smart. I was always brilliant academically, just that my behavior wasn't good. And Morris Brown had an open door policy. If you got rejected at Morehouse or Spelman because of your skin color, you weren't light-skinned like a light-skinned nigga like me. See, I'm light-skinned. I could have got into both of them schools, but I didn't want to go over there. I went to Morris Brown. If you couldn't get in over there because you was too dark, you can come to Morris Brown and you can get in. Morris Brown, you know Dr. Martin Luther King, right? You know Dr. King. He graduated from Morehouse, but his mother, the woman that birthed him, is a graduate of Morris Brown. His mother went to Morris Brown. You understand? So the woman that birthed him and nurtured him and schooled him and trained him and raised him come out of Mo Brown. Facts. Get him, Sean. Don't you pause this video. And I went to Morris Brown. The first football player to get drafted into the NFL out of the Atlanta University Center. Morris Brown Clark and Morehouse come out of Morris Brown. Ezra Johnson got drafted by the Green Bay Packers in like 79. Mo Brown. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of history at that school, man. The school was founded by Morris Brown. That was his name. He was a black American. The school was founded in 1881, 16 years after the effective date of the Emancipation Proclamation, which was January 1st, 1865. Yes, it was signed in 1863, but it didn't go into effect until 2 years later, 1865. 16 years later, in 1881, Morris Brown was founded by Morris Brown, who was the second bishop of the AME Church, the African Methodist Episcopal Church. The school was founded, Morris Brown was founded by ex-slaves for ex-slaves, right? The black American slave, the slaves that were here, right? The blacks that were here. Not the blacks from Haiti, not the blacks from Jamaica, not the blacks from the Dominican Republic, not the blacks from Cuba, not the blacks from Brazil, not the blacks from Africa, not the blacks in Europe, no blacks, not the blacks in Central America, all through there, the West Indies, no. The blacks from here, the slaves from here, right? The school was founded by ex-black American slaves for ex-black American slaves, because after the Emancipation Proclamation, the slaves were freed, quote unquote, so they needed an education, and Morris Brown was that place for them, you understand? So Morris Brown, actually, in fact, I read the book, The First 100 Years. He was involved in a slave revolt down in Charleston, South Carolina with Denmark Vesey and Gabriel Prosser. And they got chased out of Charleston, South Carolina. And he ran up to Philadelphia. And the school was founded. He started selling soap. He started selling bars of soap to raise money to start the school. And he raised up enough money, went back to Atlanta, and the school was founded on Auburn Avenue at the Big Bethel AME Church on Auburn Avenue. That's where it was first started. And then eventually they got the spot where they at now. And, you know, that's the way Morris Brown, I mean, that's what it is. This is the history. This is facts. This is what it is. You understand? And Morris Brown is the best school in the world. It's the best school in the world. You know why? Because I went there. That's why. That's why it's the best. Where you went to school at? Where you went to school at? Yeah, my school better than your school. My school better than your school. I got this hoodie right here. I bought this hoodie like in 1988, 89. You're not going to find this hoodie nowhere no more. You understand? You ain't going to find this nowhere no more, but I got one. I got one on. I got the Mo Brown joint. So yeah, man, you know, it was founded by freed slaves for freed slaves, man. And, you know, no other school in the state of Georgia can say that. No other school. It's a bunch of black schools in Georgia, but they can't say that. They got help from somebody else. We helped ourselves. Morris Brown, we helped. We said, we got it. We helped ourselves. I got that. We got this. Morris Brown said, I got this. I don't need no help. Nah, I'm good. I'm finna set it up right here. I'm gonna sell bars of soap. I'm gonna raise the money with bars of soap in order to build the school, and that's what he did. You understand? That's why I can't understand how the young niggas today, the young people, and when I say niggas, I'm talking about all y'all, I'm talking about all 8 billion of y'all. I can't see why y'all so weak. You understand that here's a man, a black American male, ex-slave in 1881, sold soap to start a school. Look at that, right? In 141 years later, you know, I'm a product of his labor. You understand? His name, I'm here talking about him 140 years later. it don't get no better than that. So he's actually still living on through me. You understand? It wasn't, we don't talk about his money. We don't talk about his foreign car or his bank account, how many pounds he had in his bank account or clothes he wear. You talking about what he did to help his people, man. Yeah. Maybe y'all could acknowledge that, right? And then you could look at your own life and reflect like, yo, maybe I need to change some things up. But anyway, when I was down in Atlanta, I got to Atlanta in 87. Atlanta was all that. Atlanta was all that in 87, man. I be down there now, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really all that. It was better when I was there. It was better when I got there. You know why? Because I was there. That's why. Atlanta was money in 87. And I was at the first Freaknik. The first Freaknik that was ever done was in 1988 at Washington Park, right there behind, across the street from Washington High School on Ashby Street and Martin Luther King right there. The first Freaknik was there. I was there. It was in 88. And then the Freaknik blew up. You understand? That was my generation. We put that Freaknik down. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I was there, man. Man, it was, man, Morris Brown, man. Prettiest black women I ever seen in my life was in Atlanta, man. You understand? They probably still money now. But they was money when I was there. And I had, man, I used to step to honeys, man. I had honeys at Spelman, honeys at Clark. You know I had them at Mo Brown. Then I had them little Georgia peaches that was from Georgia that lived in it. Man, I had mad honeys, man. Crazy honeys, man. Fly ones too. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. You understand? I had a good time in Atlanta, man. But yeah, man, I'm a graduate of a historically black college. I'm actually a graduate of the best historically black college ever. You understand? Can't no other black school mess with us, man. You know why? Because I went there. That's why. Morris Brown is the best, man. We the best ever. Get this hoodie right here. You ain't got this hoodie. You can't find this hoodie. You want this hoodie, don't you? Yeah, I know you do. You ain't got one, but I got one. And you can't find one. I don't even know if they make them no more. My joint's so old. Look at it. It's ripped all in here. The string then came out, but it's still better than yours because you ain't got one. This hoodie is like 88, 98, 08. This hoodie like 30 years old, man. 34 years old. You ain't got no hoodie that's 34 years old. No, you don't. But anyway, I went to Morris Brown, man. I didn't go over there with them. I didn't go to Morehouse or Spelman or Georgia Tech or the University of Georgia or Fort Valley or Albany State or none of that, man. And I went to Mo Brown, man, in Atlanta, man. Yeah, historically black college, man. You understand? The only school in the state of Georgia founded by black people for black people, the Black American. You understand? But it used to be students that came from all over the world used to come there. We had white students there. We had Spanish students there. You know what I'm saying? Morris Brown was like that, man. We didn't really care, man. If you just want to come here and get your education, man, come on through. Damn, I look good in this camera, man. Don't I look good? Yeah, I know I do. I'm 52 years old. You don't look this good at 52. I'm fit over 50. Look at how my chest look. If I take this goddamn shirt off right here, you just see it'd be nothing but knots on me, man. I work out every day. Man. I don't miss a day. You understand? You work out? You don't work out. What you do? Yeah. But anyway, man, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Morris Brown. You understand? We had the best band. Morris Brown had the best band ever. All you got to do is look at the movie Drumline, right? With Nick Cannon. That was the fake band. Nick Cannon was on the fake band. Him and that girl, the fly girl that was his girlfriend, that was the fake band. That was the Hollywood band. But the Morris Brown band that's in the movie Drumline, that was our real band. All those drummers at the end, those were real Morris Brown students, Morris Brown graduates. Yeah, and you saw they was money. They beat Nick Cannon, man. But you know how they got to do that Hollywood shit. They got to let the Hollywood nigga win. But you know they can't get with Mo Brown, man. Mo Brown, man. We used to beat Morehouse in football, basketball, all that. I remember when I used to go over to because they used to say like Morehouse and Morris Brown really didn't get along. You understand? Like all the other schools, Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark, they used to look down on Morris Brown. All of them used to look down on us like we was the ghetto school, this and that. But yo, check this out. We used to beat them football, basketball, all that. And whenever I used to go over to Spelman, or I would meet a Spelman honey anywhere in the city, she'd be like, where you go? I said, I go to Morris Brown. She used to say like, yeah, I like y'all Morris Brown guys, because y'all down, y'all more real. I said, yeah, I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I had honeys over there. Spelman. Clark had the fly honeys too, though. I didn't have no problem. I didn't care nothing about that, man. They used to look down on us, but all their honeys wanted to get with us, man. Or at least get with me. I don't know what they did with the other niggas, but I got mine. I go down there now and get mine. You know why? Because I look good like that. That's why. Yeah. All right, man. Sean G, man. The podcast was sold. I got the other YouTube. Follow me on Instagram too, man. Sean G. All my links is down there. Get my shirt. I wrote some books. Look at my books. These are my books that I wrote. That's volume 3 right there. And this is volume 2, man. The black one is volume 2. The green one is volume 3. The red one in the car. I ain't got none up here. Go on my website, GunbyPublishing.BigCartel.com, and buy my books, man. Support my channel. I got shirts and all that. All that, man. Support the platform. Man, shout out to Morris Brown. Shout out to the president, man, Dr. James, for bringing us back, man. We got our accreditation back. We on the way back, man. You understand? We don't never quit. We don't never give up. But shout out to you, Dr. James, man. Appreciate you. I did some interviews with him on my channel. You can look at those interviews. I did one-on-one interviews with him on my YouTube page. Not this one, but the other one. And I got 2 channels. But shout out to him, man. He's done a tremendous job. He did, in a matter of a few years, what the board of trustees in the church couldn't do in like 20, man. You understand? So the brother done already proved that he money, and I'm proud of him. Dr. James, you know I'm proud of you, nigga. You know that. And, you know, we just gonna get better and better. You know why? Because I went to school there. That's why. All right, man, I'm out of here. Sean G. Peace.